And here I thought we had a good thing going with Helldivers 2. But unfortunately, due to Sony and their notorious history when it comes to making bad business decisions, it just seems like it's only getting worse as time goes on. I actually just caught wind of this subject a couple minutes ago, actually, and I was just having dinner and everything, and all of a sudden I see the Helldivers 2 community just absolutely furious, especially for people who play the game on PC. And at this point, as a fellow Helldiver that plays on PlayStation, I want to defend the PC players here. And I just gotta say, like, this is just not an okay thing to do. So, for those of you that weren't aware, let me catch you up to speed really quick. So, Sony is pulling an anti consumer move once again, and they're basically making a PC requirement on the fact that if you try to play the game on PC, you have to create a PlayStation account, and if you don't have a PlayStation account, you will not be able to get access to the game. And there's an article I would like to read to you folks that sums up a little more about this topic as well. Sony Interactive Entertainment announced Thursday night that the current players of the runaway hit co op shooter will have to connect their Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account starting on May 30th, with a hard deadline of June 4th. New players will be required to connect the two starting Monday, May 6th. This goes much deeper, but I'll talk about that in a second. Officially, this is happening because of the safety and security provided on PlayStation and PlayStation Studio games. Account linking allows Sony to ban abusive players and also gives banned players the right to appeal. Sony writes that it would have done this at launch, but due to technical issues, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. We understand that while this may be an inconvenience to some of you, this step will help us continue build a community that we are all proud to be a part of. A bull crap! Sony writes in the update, the Helldivers community on Reddit is flushing with disgruntled posts today, and Steam reviews have taken a marked turn since the announcement. Okay, so let's talk about this, right? So, if you play the game on Steam over on PC, right, and you play Helldivers 2, but you won't be able to get access to the game that you paid money for because of this problem that Sony just issued. Meaning that, oh, hey, if you don't have a PlayStation account with us, you won't be able to get access to the game. Now, just as the article said, I mean, this has not taken place just yet, but this is what Sony is going to be doing at some point between now up until May 30th or June 4th. And people are absolutely furious. This has been going just above and beyond the Call of Duty here. And people are just not having it, especially the PC community. Like, why do we need a PlayStation account just to connect to a game? I mean, what Sony is doing is they're basically removing a quality of life feature for people to get easy access to the game on PC. Because if you don't have a PSN account and you play the game on Steam, you can still get access to the game that way. And guess what? What Sony is doing is basically an anti-consumer move because to make matters worse, there have been reports online to where if you play in a certain region in the world that don't have PlayStation support, then you basically will not get access to this game. For example, let's just say this. If you live somewhere in the Philippines, right, and you play over on PC, but you need a PlayStation account to access the game, you will not be able to get access to this game. So, this news sucks so much because this game has been very well received, and some people are thinking like, oh, this is a move from the Helldivers developers. No, this is actually not a move made by the Helldivers developers. They even came out on Twitter and saying this is a move made by Sony, not us. We're going to continue the talk with Sony to get more information on this. So, Arrowhead, the developers of Helldivers 2, they did not make this decision. It was by Sony Interactive Entertainment. So, Sony is the one behind this, not Arrowhead. Sony is the one that is supposed to be held responsible here. This is just a massive rug pull to everyone in the Helldivers community because this is the way I see it. If this goes through, then people who play the game on PlayStation will not be able to get access to PC players, meaning that you can't cross play with each other. So PlayStation people will not be able to play with PC people. And this is just unacceptable. I know this is going to sound silly and all, but it feels like one of the automatons snuck into Sony headquarters and tried to make a deal with them with some kind of propaganda and say, hey, Sony, we're getting our asses whooped over on the front lines. We need you to set the Helldivers back by making an anti-consumer move or something. We'll slip you a fat 20 if you do this. It just seems like the automatons are behind this kind of move and try to make Sony do this kind of anti-consumer move in a way. I don't know, man. Something fishy is going on over here, and I don't like it. And if this is seriously gonna go through, then this is gonna be a massive morale boost for the automatons and the Terminids, which is not really needed. And this is gonna set back the Helldivers drastically because if they set this restriction for PC, then it's basically gonna be up to the PlayStation people. It's gonna be up to the Helldivers over on PlayStation to hold the front lines, and that's gonna really set back the Helldivers community because there are gonna be people that want to play with their friends on PC, and there are gonna be people on PC that want to play with their friends on PlayStation, and this is just not gonna go too well. It's been made pretty clear that the Helldivers 2 community is not having it. As a matter of fact, this game has been getting mass disliked, and people are even considering getting a refund for this game, even because of this massive backlash that Sony is getting. So, yeah, this is just not okay. So, I'm gonna say this right now before I end this video. Sony, you have a good thing going with Helldivers 2. Don't blow it now by setting this kind of restriction for PC. Because if you do go through with this, then nobody's going to be playing this game. I'm sorry to say that, but this is just going to be another PR nightmare for you. And this is just going to be a massive slap in the face to everybody. So don't do it, Sony. With this being said, thank you everyone for watching and for listening. And until next time, I'm talking about the massive Helldivers 2 crisis unfolding, and I'll see you all later.